Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back with Medriel, who has returned to talk to Funi Gem-cutter about his father.
My father is back. He spoke well of your performance within the ruins.
He's been deep in conversation with one of the rangers here. I think they want to help him make something, but what it is, I have no idea. That ranger Radinir might be able to tell you more. Alright, Radinir, where are you? Ah, you're over here. Hello, Radinir. What are we up to?
Now I know why Halbarod wanted us to rescue this Funi Gem-cutter.
I have just been talking with Halbarad Medriel, and now this whole affair with the gem-cutters makes sense to me. I now know why Halbarad thought this delay to be necessary, and I agree with him. He has a commission for Funi Gem-cutter, a task for which Funi is well suited. He wants Funi to make an imitation of the Ring of Barahir.
Halbarod can tell you more, but I agree with him. What chance is this?
Halbarad could tell you more, but as he said to the rest of us, what chance is it that puts a wandering jewel crafter right in our path at this moment? He is right. It is a small chance, surely, but a happy one. Talk to Halbarad here at Ekataragion to learn more about his plan. So rescuing the dwarf might prove beneficial to the Grey Company at some point in the future.
Our only aim is to help the heir of Isildur in any way that we can.
Think of this, Medriel. The line of Isildur is recognized by the heirlooms of that house. The swords of Norsil, now reforged, the scepter of Enuminus, long kept in Rivendell, and the Ring of Barahir, almost lost in Forest Shell but regained. I believe you have heard that story. And now this great company rides to the defense of Aragorn in the southern lands, increasingly under the sway of the Uruk. Danger crowds around us upon every side, but our own safety must be secondary to that of Aragorn. Imagine, therefore, if a member of our company is slain or taken captive by the enemy, if that man bore a ring of the same description as the Ring of Barahir, would that not give his captor pause? I have therefore made this proposal to Funi Gem-cutter, to craft rings so like to the Ring of Barahir, based on Candace's description, that should any of this company fall into the hands of the enemy, it may sow confusion into his mind. This confusion may buy the true heir precious time. Tell me when you're ready, and we will go with Funi to the forges he will use. Alright, so, this one is an instance. And, if I remember right, there's some fighting.
It is time.
It is time, Medriel. Funi Gem-cutter will craft rings for every ranger in the company, and we will need to be on guard for any possible danger. It's a solo quest that cannot be completed with a fellowship. You know, for a game that's supposed to be played with other people, there are an
A
awful
skilled
lot
jewel
of solos.
crafter has crossed our path, and Halbarod has devised a curious plan for him. He wants imitations made of the Ring of Barahir borne by Aragorn for each Dunedain in our company.
Alright, Halbarad? Funi Gem-cutter has been working hard within melting gold with which to fashion quality imitations of the ring borne by Aragorn, our chieftain. Candace, learned in lore as he is, described the ring to Funi, and the dwarf has pledged that his reproductions will deceive all but the most studious observer. So let's go talk to Fusey. Oh, and Fusey's coming out to talk to us. Hoy, you there. The work goes well, Medriel. Already some of the rings have been made, and they are identical to the description with which my father was provided. But the gold is running low. Very little gold is needed for each ring, of course, but my father can only use small quantities of the material when it's melted, or imperfections will arise. Bring more coffers or gold to me from where they are being stored. Okay, so I'm your fetch girl. Very good. Let's see if I can remember where the... treasure coffers. And of course, it's exactly the same ones that we picked up from in the ruins. Minas Elendor. Fusey receives the gold with an appraising look. I hope there's enough gold for the rings your friends require. It takes more than ordinary gold, you see. Only the highest quality gold can be used if these are to be sufficiently realistic. And when melted, only very small amounts of this gold is suitable. Okay. Talk to Candave. Hello, Candave. The ring making is going well. Good. I gave the jewelsmith a description of the Ring of Barahir, as I remembered it, and if he has the skill he claims to have, his imitation should be suitable. El-Rahir wanted me to send you to him, if you had a moment. He was contemplating our place beneath a tree in the courtyard to the north of here, if you would speak with him. Contemplating our plans, not our place. Alright. Hello, El-Rahir. Although he could very well be contemplating our place in the world. The crafting of the rings sought by Halberd goes well, Medriel. Good. If these preparations give our enemies even the slightest pause, the time they take will be counted 5 and 7 times in value. El-Rahir pauses for a moment, thinking, and then takes you into his confidence. Before we left Imladris, my father gave my messages for Aragon, confident that he would understand them. But I too understand their meaning, and that understanding fills me with worry. He bade me to remind Aragorn of the words of the seer Malbeth, and of the paths of the dead. I will tell you of... Suddenly a shout breaks the silence, and El-Rahir leaps to his feet. What was that? Someone is in trouble. Are you coming? Or are you going to stay behind? Alros. An exhausted ranger stands before you, his breath ragged and uneven. Medriel, a party of warring Urks, has climbed the path to this place, and I have seen others in the distance. It will not be long before they arrive. Halros grabs your arm, desperate to tell you something else. Golodir stayed behind to hold them back. Help him. Go quickly, help. I will go get help. Go and stand with Golodir. I think it's this way, yep. Golodir. Despair not, Medriel. We will defeat these Urks, or we will delay them for as long as necessary for the remainder of our company to complete the task for which we have come to these forges. I've told you once already, Urk. You will not leave this place alive. Huh, a good joke. You two, teach them the dangers of boasting to Kufthak of the Ninkoth. Is that the best you can manage? You impudent! I thought I smelled man-flesh here. Or is that the stench of Ninkoth? Sarkad, what are you doing here? The Ninkoth rule this. That is not what I see. Show these weaklings your bare teeth. Can't block. Ah, now my Ninkoth attack. You will be the one to slay these foes. Together we can slay them, Kufthak. We must put aside our differences today. You are right, Sargad. There are only 2 of them. We will defeat them. What can you hope to do? You will be the first to die. Grey Company, attack! Oh well, that went pretty well. Let that be a lesson to you. Together, the strength of the Dunedain cannot be overcome. Talk to Halberd. Ah, there you are, Halberd. According to Funi Gem-cutter, his father's work is going well and smoothly. With no more interruptions, I feel that we will soon see an end to this delay. Halberd laughed softly, a sound that has been missing from the journey of the Grey Company, unnoticed until now. I say delay, but I feel better for having a secret held in reserve. Let our foes mill about in confusion, while the true heir of Isildur makes stealth his ally. It is good to be doing something. We have done well this day, Medriel. May Funi Gem-cutter's work go as well. All right, so that actually was pretty easy. I did not recall it being quite that simple.
May this work prove to have been unnecessary in the end. Fervently, I hope it is so.
It is done, Medriel. I hope that this was just a momentary delay that we will never have needed. But in the sad event that one of our friends is slain or captured by the enemy, perhaps his Barahir will buy our chieftain Aragorn some precious seconds. All of our struggles are for him, for the return of the heir of Isildur, the return of the King of Gondor. We must soon be off again. Our destiny awaits us in the wide southern lands. I will go ahead and grab that.
A single hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference.
If we are fortunate, none of the rings of Barahir, borne by the rangers of our company, will need to serve the purpose for which they were crafted. Even so, I am glad to have them in the event they become necessary. A single moment of hesitation on the part of Aragorn's foes could make the difference. It is time again to ride. Let us cross south into the northern stretches of Dunland. The plains of Inadwaith will be the next step of our journey. We will take our rest once we cross into the land of Forderith in northern Inadwaith. Dagorus will select the location, and you should speak with Lothrandir when we arrive at Ecad Dagorus to learn the lay of the land. Okay, so we actually have finished here in Aragion. Our next step will be heading into not Aragion. We are in Aragion. Heading into Inadwaith. And we have plenty of time to get there. So there are a couple ways to get across. Of course, I don't know the exact location of either of them. I just know we're going in the general right direction. I do recall one way I was taught was crossing some waters. Ah, there's my favorite song. Okay, so the song is over. There's a Dunlanding. Dunlander. Dunlanding. They call them Dunlandings. Dunlander. And over here is a good place to get the worms for the, I believe they're part of the deed. Well, let's pause to look at this dude here. Big bushy beard. Looks like he probably bench presses 10 urks before breakfast. Ah, one bulky boy. Good place to kill lizards, too. Okay, so I believe this is where we want to cross. You have discovered London. And we have entered Inadoi. And no more casually riding along and not getting aggro. We will be aggroing stuff. We just need to get right there. Okay, let's go. Y'all can chase me if you want. I am not stopping right now. I will be dealing with y'all plenty later. I was gonna say there's an awful lot of Dunlanders hanging around, but it is kind of their land. It makes perfect sense for them to be hanging around. Okay. We are at Ecad Degoris and the new deed, Path of the Great Company.
How can I be of service?
Alright, so... Lothrandir.
The men of Dunland are a wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain.
The road south is a long one, Medriel. You should know something of this land and its people. The men of Dunland are a wild people, and they care little for the Dunedain, and not at all for the men of Rohan. They have warred with the Rohirrim, and covet still their lands. It is their strongly held belief that those lands belong to the men of Dunland. They are proud and fierce, quick to anger and slow to forgive. They tolerate no weakness, and are suspicious of outsiders. During my time here in the Southlands, it seemed to me that these men had no identity as Dunlandings, thinking of themselves instead as members of particular clans dominated by strong, willful leaders. Degoris has met already with the member of one such clan, Wadu of the Ukluth. He has set aside his suspicions for the moment, and you might learn something of his people by speaking with him. Alright. And this would be Wadu.
You have come with these men, but you are not one of them.
You have come with these men, but you are not one of them. The warning I gave to this man, this Degoris, I give to you. My people will not allow you to interfere with their lives. You may pass through these lands, but you cannot stay. Strength only do they respect, strength such as mine, or my father, Savuch. Even my sister Nona wields the sword, and I wager she does so with greater skill than any of these Devodiad.
The Ukluth clan will tolerate your presence, but others will be hostile.
The Ukluth will tolerate your presence, but other Dunlanding Luth will be openly hostile. They have been given gold and have forgotten their true allegiances. Many of them traveled north into the land of Holly, but they have returned. They are cowards on their own, and they are cowards on behalf of their new master. But those Luth that fight for gold have no loyalty to their former brothers. They fight even the Ukluth. For every one of my people they slay, they put a mark in blood on a chip of wood. They believe their new master will pay them for every one of their kinsmen they slay. It is an abomination. They have already killed some of my people, traveled to the deserters' camp north of here, and deprived them of the blood marks they have already collected. Recover, too, the weapons of my fallen brothers. I do not want them to be taken by their foes. Okay, so we should have at least one more quest here. And it is from Barahir. Oh, he's got more than just one.
Will you aid the Grey Company?
Amarian's absence troubles me greatly, Medril. He said he would return within a few hours, and he is not one to lose track of time in the field. That he has not returned yet bodes ill. He said that he wished to examine the black dens for himself, hoping to find some way to stop the scourge of the shadow wolves, but that was the last I saw of him. The black dens lie to the southeast of here. Ask that you search for him there. I fear for his life, if they have caught him unaware. So we will not be doing that just yet.
Our success lies in secrecy.
My
Will you
Captain
aid us?
Dagors went to visit a small encampment to the southwest of here that the Dunlendings call LOTRO. It seems that a number of the Dunlendings who were sent to fight in Aragon have since deserted and retreated back here. It was Dagor's hope that we might be able to strike some kind of bargain with the deserters, given their obviously questionable loyalty to Isengard. But he has been gone for nearly a day now with no word. Dagors is a cautious man, but his strength lies in wit and cunning, more than might. If the deserters have indeed captured him, he may need a hand. Try and find some sign of him down there, and free him if he is captured. We will need a man of his experience and skills once we reach Rohan. Okay, and one other, which is what they call a cash and carry quest, and there are a few of these around Inadwaith.
Will you aid the Grey Company?
We need additional supplies if we are going to make it through all of Dunland without slowing to hunt or barter, assuming the locals will deal with us at all, which seem doubtful in these dark times. Fortunately, there are those among our number that have long made the trek to Gondor and back to bring news and lore between the north and the south. These wayfarers laden caches of supplies, food, medicine, bandages, weapons, even some scrolls of lore we stowed away. The caches are well hidden, but can be spotted if you know what to look for. There should be a few such here in Fordereth. So, we're going to go ahead and probably try to do that one, because one of the others takes us, I know exactly where it takes us, and the cave is not a huge maze, but it's not like the easiest to navigate space ever. It's nothing like the elven place we were at last time. Oh, come on. Where did it go? Thank you. Do not move my marker. The other quest will have us fighting through a Dunlending camp and helping to rescue Dagorus, which will involve an instant. We're gonna have to fight some guys, okay. New deed, Dunlending Slayer. Collect blood marks. Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta kill them and collect those marks anyway. We are approaching the location of the mark. Let's see if we can find it. It's around here somewhere. So they actually made this a little bit of a challenge to find. I keep forgetting there are wolves here. After I just killed a pair of wolves, I've already forgotten there are wolves here. Very good. Alright, so around here somewhere. Not remember if it's on a rock, a tree. Okay, so now it's saying to go back this way again. I actually kind of appreciate the fact that they didn't completely tell you where it is. Of course, you can't go online and find the exact location. But I was kind of hoping to try to find them on my own. Might as well. Oh, wait. Go back. There is something carved on the tree here. This is the Ring of Barahir described. Find the ranger's cache of foodstuffs. The cache of foodstuffs would be buried about 20 paces west of the rune-marked tree. So, we want to go that way. Collected blood marks from the dunlending. Found the buried cache. Found some dogs guarding the cache. The ground here seems to be disturbed. Alright, we got it. And we might as well finish up. We only need 3 more marks. We should be able to get those on the way back if we run into any Dunlenders. Like this one. Take that. I don't think I even got a... No, I didn't get one from him. Cheap. Well, it's not like we won't be going to another place full of Dunlanders. And they will give us plenty of them, because we'll have to kill a bunch of them anyway. Wait, is that... Yeah, that's a shadow wolf. To see what they look like. I mean, they have a wolf appearance, but they are definitely not a wolf. Oh. Kind of a spirit, a foul spirit, almost like a white. And you will see them outside much more at night than you will during the day. During the day, you might find one or two outside, but mostly you're going to find them in their den, which is where we're going for one of these quests. Oh, and yeah, we can remove that one. We don't need it. Alright. Here's your stuff.
What brings you to the wilds of Enedwaith?
Excellent. This food will last us for a while. Hopefully, through the borders of Rohan, where we should be able to trade for additional supplies with the Rohirrim, though it is a long journey. And then the next two is hidden medicine and hidden weapons. But we will, of course... Well, we'll be doing a lot of stuff next time. And until then, bye for now.